and welcome to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. After Show right here on theStream.tv. We are here as always. My name is Kevin Becker, and joining me, just like every week, are...
Hey guys, I got a pink unicorn went right through my ear! James Hartman, guys. Hi.
It's possibly the weirdest person on this entire couch is James. Hey, you guys, Keyla Alves Teixeira. So weird.
Hi, guys. It's like we went to a wide shot. I was like,
all the reactions.
I don't know.
They don't know that.
Hi, I'm Mark Cirillo, and I am obsessed with your earring, James Demetrius Hartman.
Well, I am obsessed with this episode because I don't know about you guys. This is my favorite episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that we've ever seen. Look at me. I'm so excited. I don't know if you can tell because I'm always kind of pale, but I'm so excited, all right? But before we get into talking about it, because I'm freaking out, I think we're all freaking out. We were yelling. Before we get into it, go ahead and get on any of your devices. Get on your LinkedIn, get on your cell phone, telephones, hop on the Twitter box, and go ahead and bringing it back.
You got a matrix printer or do that.
And if you
fax
can
machines.
dot matrix, carrier pigeon, tell people to join the conversation right here so we can talk to you guys about this mind-blowing episode that just kept going, because that's what's so much fun for us, is talking to all of you guys. So real quick, do it. I assume you're done. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this episode.
Holy moly!
My ulcers have
insane.
ulcers from
Oh
this episode.
Pure insanity.
The first thing we want to talk about, the very first thing we want to talk about, we learned that the diviner, the obelisk, is a key. Okay. All right, it's a key to something in the city, to a temple in the city, that the worthy only can carry it. But that leads us to more speculation. So, what do you guys believe that the obelisk, the diviner, calm down, unicorn.
I'm very calm. I do wonder, though, what was it?
What is it a key to? What does it unlock?
I have a theory.
I would love to hear your theory, Kayla.
What if it's a key to, like you said, a temple, but what if it's a key to an infinity gem?
Oh.
To, like, you know what I mean?
No,
You
what
think
do
there's
mean?
already an infinity? No, explain yourself.
In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there's a thing called infinity gems.
What's the key to an infinity gem? Like,
I mean, like,
Do you
what
think
if
an infinity
it
gem could be
opens
inside
the city, and then it's a temple or something, and then it opens the box, or I don't know. This is a theory.
I see what
it's
you
a
mean.
theory.
Altar opens, infinity stone
Like
comes
inside
out.
this temple or whatever that there's a key to, that
Yeah.
would be where the
Interesting.
I feel, and this
that.
was a question that
That'd
was
be great.
asked before, like a few episodes back, one of the fans
so
asked, do you think that the obelisk might be Terrigen? And I said, I don't know, because I think we're just sticking with mists. I'm retracting that statement. I think that there is a Terrigen crystal hidden inside, because the Doctor said that there's something inside the obelisk. Accidentally, he said that. Obviously, he let it slip. And so I think that that's it. It's a Terrigen crystal, and the obelisk is a key that will actually unlock the Terrigen mists. So I think that the Terrigen mists have not been established yet in the Marvel Universe. That's what they're going to follow into later on. So they're going to establish the Inhumans in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but the Terrigen mists creating more Inhumans, and therefore more mutants, if you will, for the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. 'Cause that's what they're going
I
Hmm.
for.
wonder.
It won't be introduced until Inhumans
That's a good theory.
I
it.
like that because they've been talking about they're not doing origin stories anymore. You know, Black Panther's going to come in during Civil War, and then we'll get the Black Panther movie. How great would it be for Inhumans to get set up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then bring that over to the Inhumans, so we don't have to be like, what are Inhumans? I don't understand. Write an essay. Because that's what movies do, I guess. Idiot. But we could have seen all of this rich history, and then, or you watch the movie and you go like, that's really cool, I want to know more. Why don't you check out Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in those episodes? So I think that'd be a really cool tie-in. Mark is pensive.
Well, no, I no longer feel like I can disagree with anything that Demetrius James says, like, because he's been right so much. and not that I would disagree, because I always think, but yeah.
Fair. Going along with this, though, we also, at the very end, they were able to map out and try to find where this lost city that we found out about is on Earth.
Eklund.
Calm it down, Sparky. All right.
He's so excited.
You guys, he was screaming.
Oh my God.
But here's my question. They found the city. They found a match. Do you guys think this is the city they're looking for? What is this city? Are they going to find people in it? Is it abandoned? What do you think they're going to find when they go to this location?
We couldn't see where it was.
If we did, we didn't catch it because it was so fast.
Definitely, they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna find people in it. Ooh, I don't know.
I love your theories that abandon themselves halfway through.
I mean, like in that preview, it looked like somebody was going downwards. So it was like Mac was going down. So is it like an underground city, or is it in the sky? If it's underground, I would say no. There's nobody that's alive. Probably some skeletons, or
Which are
something.
not alive, guys.
That said, it depends on how advanced the city is.
How advanced it is, yes, but I don't know. If
Great
it's-
ventilation systems. Come down to Atlan.
Guys,
the
how
city
much?
of future.
How pissed are we gonna be if it's the Morlocks? Just like, I just thought of this. We've been riding Inhumans for 8 episodes, and it's just like, it's the Morlocks. They live in the sewer.
Well, I don't know how I would feel like if we find out it's Kree or something, you know. Fuck.
I feel like it's not.
Potty mouth.
Sorry, I'll go.
But it is
I'll go
Kree.
wash my mouth
Technically,
with soap
Atlan
later.
is Kree. It was built by the Kree, and then the Inhumans happened to inhabit it.
I know,
Yeah, and
it's
them
just-
talking about the blue creatures that came down from the sky to
my
destroy or end mankind.
Like, how-
totally shoots my theory that I just threw out in the
Exactly,
face,
like
but
how,
it was funny.
how obvious is it that it's freaking, like when they said that, I freaked out. It was just like,
We all did.
There's just so much that's
But I felt
happening.
like we saw it coming. Like the Kree.
We
like,
did, but like it's that wonderful thing of when you know what you're gonna get on Christmas morning, and you're like, and you're just holding the box. You're like, this is better. This has gotta be. It's a Polly Pocket.
You're awake in bed, kind of like waiting to hear the footsteps of the presents being put down.
You
under the
you
tree.
believe you know, but then when it's confirmed, it's just fantastic.
when do you think they're gonna like reveal it to us? Next
it's Kree?
episode on
The
December
city?
2nd?
I feel like it's going to be one of those things of, you know, we talked about Atlan moves, so they may find it, but I mean, we've got 2 episodes left before we take a break and go to Agent Carter.
Yeah.
I think that we'll get to like, oh, we just missed them, or there obviously was something here that we can learn
just
more
phased
about.
out of existence.
Yeah, they just moved. They
How
didn't change their
frustrating.
address
What if they
yet.
move to the moon right after that?
Right.
What if it triggers the move to the moon?
That's
Something,
so
yeah.
frustrating.
It is
That would
frustrating,
be
but it
so
keeps the suspense
frustrating.
going
Yeah.
for the show
Yeah.
and for Inhumans
right,
as well.
and to lead
Yeah.
into all the movies
Yeah.
and everything.
It would be nice if
and
they
take
could
away
wrap
from
it
Agents
up.
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah,
in a way.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It'd be nice for them to wrap up that storyline in general,
Well,
though, so
of course
we
that
don't
would be
have
nice.
to.
That would be
Make us all
great.
very
There's
happy.
still half the rest of the season as well
Right.
after that, so you know.
So who knows?
There's so
But
much we can talk about. for
one of
this.
the things that I think may happen for the second half of the season, once we come back from Agent Carter, like you were saying, is I think that's when we're going to really explore more about Skye's dad, the Doctor,
Yeah.
because he was fantastic in this episode. I love Kyle MacLachlan so much, but here's my question: what is he up to? Because he's working angles and doing all this. What do you guys think that the Doctor is up to?
I think it's revenge. I
Okay.
mean, he is out to get Whitehall because he knows that Whitehall tortured and killed his wife.
That was
And
sad.
so that is his one goal. So he's not really forming alliances. He just is just out for himself to get revenge.
Wasn't that the best revelation?
It was
Like,
so
throughout
good.
the entire episode. I was like, as soon as I saw her, it goes back to 1945 when he was interrogating her. I'm saying, that's Skye's mom.
Yeah, you didn't say it that calm. You were smacking
No,
me.
I was like, that's Skye's mom, that's Skye's mom, that is Skye's mom.
And I was like,
God.
I agree.
bouncing up
Calm
and
down.
I even posted on Twitter, go up and check it. But the thing was, like, it was so amazing. Like that moment where he's like, you turn around, you look yourself, your enemy right in the eye, and he looked at Whitehall right in
Exactly.
the eye, and it was just like 25 years ago. And he finds his wife's body and everything.
With
It was
that
just-
amazing CGI.
Oh my God! Yeah,
It
you
was like
guys were
Twin
saying
Peaks all
Twin
over
Peaks.
He looks like Twin Peaks. I wanted to get him a cup of coffee.
No, I mean, my thing is, was that his plan all along? I mean, before he was with Raina and stuff, and separate from Whitehall, why?
Here's what I think.
Why now? Like, why would he decide to go to Whitehall now, though? You know what I mean?
Here's what I think. I think it was he knows that S.H.I.E.L.D. took his daughter. And S.H.I.E.L.D. is this massive organization. And he goes, okay, S.H.I.E.L.D. took my daughter, and as far as he knows, because we didn't know about the S.H.I.E.L.D. Hydra thing, S.H.I.E.L.D. killed my wife. Yeah. So he goes and he's working with Raina, and he's trying to infiltrate and get this information to get his daughter back to avenge his wife. And now S.H.I.E.L.D. falls apart. And it's in tatters, and he finds out about this Whitehall guy, the guy who actually killed his wife. This is the opportunity. You don't attack your enemy when their walls are up and when they're ready to go. You attack them when they are reeling from a defeat. Yeah. So in strategy-wise, this is perfect timing for him to shoot in and take out both sides while they're hurting. Because if I were going up against a giant powerhouse, if I were going into a fight with Mac, let's say, I would just not do it. Unless maybe Mac were super drunk and had lost his legs. That's how I fight Mac. And S.H.I.E.L.D. is drunk and doesn't have any legs right now. So now's the perfect time. He's learned the information. He sees the opportunity.
It was
War
so
by Kevin Becker.
There we go. There we go.
I'm sorry.
It was so sad
Don't
though
apologize, we know what it is.
when he hugged his wife's body, like in the that was sad.
Also, Dollhouse
So-
actress. check off.
Dollhouse.
Yeah.
Whedon verse
alumnus.
rules.
Amazing.
No, but that was really sad.
It was.
And and bringing up to what you said when he looked at Whitehall in the end, I got chills.
To look
I got
filled
chills.
with poison.
It's just-
and it was just
I
spot on.
wonder if Whitehall like has an idea.
Maybe.
Well,
Because
it
Whitehall
seems
is
so obvious.
he's a
You always
smart
look your
guy.
enemy in the eye.
Oh, wait a second.
How obvious is it that I'm looking at you?
You always look your enemy, Dr. Whitehall, in the eye.
But like, what is
So-
Whitehall gonna do to stop? I mean, like, is Whitehall going to? I'm trying to
Speak.
trying to formulate words. What is Whitehall going to stop Kyle MacLachlan's character, the Doctor, before he has his end game? Because Kyle MacLachlan has an end game, yes, but Whitehall's smart, so he has to know that Kyle is Kyle MacLachlan's character. I'm just going to call him Kyle. Dr. Kyle. He has to know. So I'm just wondering, like, what's going to happen? Like, Whitehall has to stop him in his tracks before it happens.
Hashtag theory. Just came into my head. Okay, so Whitehall, as far as I know, is the Kraken.
Yeah.
Which in the comic book, he's a Hydra guy. He has the helmet. He puts it on. He gets this. What if the thing
Becomes a Harley Davidson.
He becomes a Harley
motorcycle
Davidson.
ride. Hell's Angel.
Listen, I don't have a unicorn in my ear.
It's a bomb in.
So maybe the Obelisk could lead to him getting his armor. Maybe instead of us going, let's see the Terrigen stuff, it is the helmet is alien in the comic books, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And what if you're worthy, you can wear the armor.
And
Because he already has her organs.
Her organs and skin in it, or skin, weird, it's blood in him, and so he gets there, end of episode 10, he gets the armor, and now Kyle
Right.
MacLachlan and S.H.I.E.L.D. have to work together to stop the Kraken instead of just stopping Dr. Whitehall. Just came up with that? I don't know.
That is
Yes,
super
I like
interesting.
that.
'Cause, that just popped while you were saying that. I think that the armor he's probably going to find in the city.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I think that he'll probably just walk into the city. He'll probably get there first.
You think he'll get there first?
I think they'll get there at the same time. I think it's a race to the end.
I don't know.
How is Whitehall discovering the city? Is the Doctor helping Whitehall discover the city?
Yeah, he is. He's using him. He says he's a means to an end.
I think everybody's using each other.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody's using each other, which leads me to my next question. Okay, I don't mean to cut you guys off, but
just what Whitehall, like, how would he know what, like, the Doctor's history is?
doesn't
Except
know
that
that-
Ward is there and he knows the whole
There it is.
thing. And
That's
so
what I
it's
wanna
like,
ask about.
Yeah, who's
what's
together?
up with Grant Ward? Where is he
What an
going?
episode.
What an
episode.
first off, can we
What a
talk
roller
about the
coaster.
performances of the two Ward brothers? Fantastic.
great. So
Fantastic.
great. So good.
And secondly, what is he up to? Do you guys think he's Hydra? Is he turning on them? Is he got something else up his sleeve?
Yeah.
I'll toss in at the end, but I want to know what you guys think. Because that is the question, Mark. You were just bringing it up. You also were starting to talk, and then I pointed at you and scared you, and I apologize.
His pointing scares me. My mom always taught me it wasn't polite. No, I'm so kidding.
Everyone point. Okay, go.
I feel like, like what we were talking about with the doctor is that they're all out kind of for themselves. And I think Ward is too. He's not a good guy, you guys. Like, he just killed his family. And I think that proves that he's not a good person.
I feel like the whole Ward line is
going to win over Skye's heart, or whatever. He's not just solely good, and I think they're just all out for themselves. What his motivation is now, though, what do you guys think?
I have no idea. I honestly am just so mind blown by this entire episode, because at first I was like, the truth. I tweeted out, I was like, finally we've gotten the truth. And then at the end with that bombshell that he made, I assume Ward set it up like that way.
Yes.
Killed his brother and killed his mother and father.
Jesus.
I mean, I'm not.
I think he killed his brother and his brother's wife and his brother's wife's
Ward
kids.
needs some serious help, though.
Massacre. He's gone.
I want Ward to come back to the team. I want him to be part of the team again. But him doing that is just there's something wrong. He needs help.
We saw how messed up his family was and what they did to him. That's a long line of abuse.
You hollowed me out. You left me hollow. I said last episode that I'm on the Ward redemption train. I love Ward as a character. Grant Ward is a phenomenal character, but he's gone now.
Yeah.
He is gone.
I don't know if there's no coming back.
He has sort of good intentions, but he is very damaged at this point.
He's an evil character that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is making me still want to love, though.
He is.
I don't think he's pure evil. He's just
a psychopath.
Chaotic neutral is what I'm going to go with from D&D.
I think
No,
none of that is accurate. He's probably got. He does have aspects of being a psychopath, because in that sense it's you can't see what is good and what is bad necessarily. All you know is what helps you get to your destination the fastest way and the most effective way possible. That's pretty much the definition of what being a psychopath is.
It doesn't necessarily mean that he is one. It's just he's doing a lot of things that make him kind of.
Yeah.
He's a damaged.
There's actually a great video from Big Think that explains what being a psychopath is, and that actually humanity relies so much on psychopathy because they would make the hard decision rather than a normal human being. Normal human being wouldn't be able, for example, to push one person in front of a train in order to save all humanity, whereas a psychopath would do it without flinching at all because they
their
know
logic. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so their logic isn't wrong. Their logic is right.
Well, to them it's right, but ethically there's a big morally,
we're diving into some deep stuff here.
Right, but that's what I think. That's it. Bringing it back. That's what I think is really interesting about Ward, because ultimately he is keeping his promise to Skye.
True.
He's there because he wants to connect with the Doctor and because he wants to reconnect the Doctor with Skye, and that's ultimately a good goal. It's going to serve the story beautifully.
Yes.
But the journey there is going to be filled with a lot of corpses.
He doesn't realize that this doesn't make him more attractive to Skye.
I don't know. But the beauty of the show is that we get to have these conversations, and we're going to keep having these conversations in just a minute. But while we go ahead and recoup and take a breather, why don't you take a look at some of the other awesome after shows right here on theStream.tv, and we'll be back with your questions in just a minute. See you guys just then. Bye-bye.
Just in case you missed it live. In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot! I literally cannot! You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
Bennet, the more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy, it was hot, it was heated, I was into it.
You are going to be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama, tell them don't ahead, turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on theStream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
So go ahead and check out all the great programming here on theStream.tv. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. You're right here on YouTube. Go ahead, click it right now. All right. Now, a few things. First off, I want to give some shout outs to some friends of ours. One of them, definitely always check out dailymarvelite.com. We have some awesome conversations that go on this show. They have even better or the same, we're pretty good too, conversations that go on there. They're keeping you up to date with all the news. So at Daily Marvelite on Twitter or dailymarvelite.com. I also have my magical piece of sticky paper right here. And this is some YouTube shout outs to some of the people who are contributing to our conversation tonight in the live YouTube chat. You know what? Come back next week, join the live YouTube chat. We might say your name on the internet.
We don't have a live show next week.
I mean, in 2 weeks. Thanksgiving. So shout outs to Poetess704, Buck Pones, PWNS, and Spice Nug. Thank you guys for joining the conversation. We couldn't do this without all you guys out there. And so we have Mark looks like he wants to say
just
something.
as long as we're doing shout outs, and what we were just talking about.
Yes.
I wanted to know what @Ward Warriors on Twitter thinks about Ward now. Like I would love to we would love to hear what you guys are thinking now and where you're falling with Ward now. So hit us up.
Yeah.
Please do.
And remember, always use that hashtag AOSAS. All right, let's bring it to your questions that we've collected throughout the week and the night. Our first question was collected on Twitter from, checking the Twitter box, there it is, and I'm going to say it wrong, at Hune Linda asks, is Coulson ruling with too much heart, especially with Skye? As former head, Fury compartmentalized S.H.I.E.L.D. for a reason. Do you guys think that Coulson's too emotional?
No.
No, I don't think he's too.
Not anymore. Used to be, but not anymore.
Yeah, I feel like he's progressively been more compartmentalized. I can say it.
You got it.
Yeah.
We believe in you.
I
Own it.
won't say that word, but because I will not be able to say it no matter what. But I don't think he's. I think he has a special relationship with Skye, but even his relationship from season 1 with Skye to season 2 is completely different. But then after this episode, though, what happened, his face-to-face with her father, and then at the very end, like you saw that hesitation with him to tell Skye what he just saw. Maybe he might regress back to like using more heart rather than like, you know, business all the time. But
I think that was more of a dramatic moment for television's sake.
Yeah, probably.
It felt like the really long silences of like, cut to break. that whole thing. But I think that he's been keeping a good balance between the two. When he started off, he was really compartmentalizing everything, and since then, his team was like, "Dude, what the hell? Let's figure out what's happening together. You know, give us the information that we need ahead of time so that we know what to do." But with his regression into the GH formula, like it affecting his behavior and all the memories that are kind of coming back to the surface, I think that that's going to ultimately change the Coulson that we know by episode 10. I have a feeling that if they go into this city that they found, whether it's Adelan or not, something's going to happen to him. I think that the cliffhanger for the mid-season is going to be with Whitehall getting his Kraken armor and Coulson being left in shambles by the end of it and sending like maybe in a spiral or something that we need to fix. And I think that the Doctor, Kyle MacLachlan, might try and save him, but in that way sacrifice himself. Because Coulson is already a father figure for Skye, so he'll say, well, at least you're a father that she can trust. I am not, so I might as well save you. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, but I don't.
That's
I know we discussed this
complicated.
earlier, but
Sorry,
I honestly 100% don't think that.
Those are three
I
different
don't
points.
think Whitehall is going to get his suit at episode 10. Whatever. But that's it.
Putting it out there.
I'm just putting that out there.
Kayla
At some point.
Kayla really wants us to move on to the next question, so I am a man of the people. Let's do it. Our next question comes from @NewMoby, and NewMoby asks, do you think at the end of season 2 will Maria Hill take over S.H.I.E.L.D. from Coulson going into the Civil War? I don't think we need it.
No.
I don't
yet.
think so.
No.
Not
I
yet.
think Maria Hill works for Tony Stark. I think she may still be a public figure in Tony's whatever he may call it, platform that he's on for superheroes answering to the government. But I mean, like I've said it from day one, we're not going to see exactly the Civil War we see in the comic book, and that's why I love these movies. So I think I think we may end up with Coulson actually running S.H.I.E.L.D. and Maria Hill in a public forum where she looks like she might be running something like S.H.I.E.L.D., but I don't think she'll take over, because then...
At least not at the end of season 2, though.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's too soon.
Well, I have no idea.
Civil
I
War's
mean,
not till
if-
May of next year, so that would be end of season 3, really, if they did it.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Would
good
it?
point.
Yeah.
Would it be?
Well, they've been talking that there might be a second film after Captain America Civil War that might bridge that gap. There might be a second Captain America or something else that continues the Civil War.
Because they had a date saved that didn't get...
That didn't get released. It didn't get
But
announced.
that might just be that they changed it.
Well, I just have... That's a whole different theory in itself.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, of course, I think that Maria Hill is going to be a hard ass because she's going to be working with Tony Stark, and she's just in the right place to be such a hard ass because she's going to be working with Tony. So yeah, she's gonna carry into Civil War most definitely.
And then I want to go to one of our live questions from tonight because we're running short on time, but I want to make sure that we talk to some of our people. One of the live questions, Twitter box, was actually a YouTube box this time, comes from Poetess704, and Poetess asks, I wonder what Bobby's secrets were. So, Mockingbird, not a character I'm as familiar with. So, what do you got, like, her and Lance obviously have this relationship that gets a little hot and heavy at some points.
Yeah. Oh my God!
But what do you
moment.
guys think her secrets were?
God, that was so hot.
I was thinking, you lucky mother. I was just.
The luckiest man out of this episode was Nick Blood tonight. But to answer the question, maybe she was a bad guy. Like maybe she was like a spy or something. Like,
I mean, we know they mentioned what she
what
did
they're
to
hinting
ingratiate herself with Hydra.
yeah.
Right.
So before she, maybe she had to do some really things that she regrets that made her a asset that Hydra wanted.
I feel like there's a lot of Black Widow
That's what I was
Right.
just gonna say. Exactly the same thing. Like it's very much like, well, Black Widow. It's like you do whatever it takes to get what you need to do to save the world.
Yeah.
Well, they've been
Or
establishing
get
her as
whatever
that.
it is you need. In her case, yeah.
Her fight had almost the same reveal as Black Widow's in Iron Man 2 with the twirling in the knee. So, the motif.
There are definitely
right? Yeah,
parallels.
exactly that.
There are definitely parallels.
I think, like Hawkeye clearly has a bit of a crush on Black Widow. You can see it from the first Avengers, from like the connection that they have, and maybe that's also. That's why she might be the replacement for his emotions. Well, I mean, like they eventually break up because they get divorced and everything after they get married, and so maybe that'll eventually. I don't know. That's too much. I'm thinking too far ahead into the future.
I loved where
But
it was going though.
It can make it a bit of a dysfunctional.
It could be very interesting.
Romantic relationship.
Well, thank you guys. There's so much more we could talk about. So let's keep the conversation going all week long. Use that hashtag AOSAS. All right, and we want to keep talking to you guys. Talk to us on YouTube, on Twitter. Go ahead, subscribe, follow, all of that awesome stuff. A couple of shout outs to some people who we talked to throughout the week, including my fun conversation about Ward's beard. Some shout outs to check these people out at Ms_STP, at Quincy_Forder, at TFS Michael Rays, at Ezriella, and at Ms. Israel 84. And as always, definitely check out our friends over at S.H.I.E.L.D. Radio. You can check them out at S.H.I.E.L.D. Radio and listen to their awesome podcast at helicarrierpodcast.com. Continue the conversations. Keep this up. We are able to see episodes like we saw tonight because this fan base kept it going even when that first season wasn't necessarily the strongest. So let's keep it going. Let's show ABC that we want this, we want Agent Carter, we want all this cool Marvel stuff. Thank you guys very much. I know we're having a bunch of fun. We will see you in 2 weeks. Have a wonderful
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
And we will see you then decoding all kinds of excellent info. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.